A Fox 12 investigation shows a transportation program for people on the Oregon Health Plan. The state's version of Medicaid is not always reliable.
It's called Ride to Care, and several patients say they've been left stranded at doctor's appointments, sometimes for hours. As Fox 12's Haley Rush shows us, sometimes they're not even picked up at all, right, Haley?
That's right. I'm told nearly $46 million was spent on Ride to Care last year, the program that serves Oregon Health Plan members in Multnomah, Clackamas, and Washington County, offering a number of services, including car rides to and from their medical appointments. Yet people keep turning to us for help, some with serious health issues, saying the service is actually keeping them from getting proper care.
And it's a pickup time of 1:30.
Living in Boring.
Then they pick me up at 12:10.
Suzanne Morris depends on rides to get to medical appointments each week, like the dermatologist, dentist, and eye doctor.
Well, I use Ride to Care, and there's no bus service out here, so I'm pretty much stranded if they don't pick me up.
But she says whether she actually makes those appointments depends on the day.
The last 3 times that I've called them, I've been stranded. They've left me at the hospital for hours. It cost me money to get somebody to drive me home.
Through the Oregon Health Plan, members have access to the transportation program Ride to Care. It provides TriMet passes, reimbursement for mileage or gas, and for people like Morris, car rides to their appointments and back.
Ride to Care they take your orders, they have your address and everything, but then they're supposed to send it over to their contract drivers that they send out. Somewhere it's getting lost in the process there.
Another woman who wants to remain anonymous seconds Morris's concerns.
I have a brain tumor, but and other tumors, but I've learned to deal with that and try to have a positive attitude, but sometimes that's hard to do if you don't have any reliable people to depend on, and I would certainly say Ride to Care is not reliable.
She tells us Ride to Care is late or a no-show for her about 25% of the time.
The last month or so, I missed 2 doctor's appointments.
But she says that's 25% too much.
If you miss your appointment, you're waiting another 2 or 3 weeks, or you have to see a doctor that you don't already know, and that's kind of stressful. I have to say it is really affecting the quality of my life, having to stress out about it.
The Fox 12 investigators decided to see for ourselves if rides are showing up on time. We met up with Morris at her Boring home for a 12:45 pickup time. The driver showed up early. She was also picked up from her appointment in Oregon City on time, too.
Not here.
But when we went out again to Morris's home a couple weeks later, a different story.
They were supposed to be here at 8:22. It's 8:33 now.
She couldn't get anyone on the phone either.
I won't be able to wait much longer if I'm going to make my appointment.
She ended up driving herself with a used car she tells us she recently bought. Tired of the waiting game.
Taxpayers are paying for this, and I think that they need to know that we're not getting a good service.
We sat down with Stephanie Vandehey, the communications manager for Health Share of Oregon, the organization that provides resources to OHP members like Ride to Care.
We've heard some people complaining about late rides or rides not showing up at all. What can you kind of say to that?
All rides should get people to and from their appointments safely and on time, and anything less than that is unacceptable.
Vandehey says Ride to Care is now run by a local vendor after moving away from a national company about a year ago.
There were similar issues.
But she says it has gotten better since changing companies. In 2018, she says Ride to Care provided almost 1.5 million rides. And on average, she says they get about 4 complaints for every 1,000 of those rides.
Which isn't to say that those aren't important. We need to know when things aren't going right for our members so they can get care.
Vandehey says they've recently been working with Ride to Care to implement a corrective action plan, like soon placing a Health Share of Oregon employee at the Ride to Care Dispatch Center. Vandehey admits that's where the problems usually start.
I think it's a matter of working out technical assistance issues.
Technical assistance issues that Morris says can't continue.
I don't care, if you're healthy and you're going to the doctor for a checkup. When you leave, you want to leave. You don't want to sit in the doctor's office for 3 or 4 hours. And when you don't feel good, it's no good.
Wow. That is so frustrating.
We've had just I mean, more than these two people reach out to us. I kind of have a flood of emails and people calling me. These are just the two we interviewed. But patients tell me another issue they have is being put on hold for too long by Ride to Care when their drivers don't show up. Vanda Hay told me their average call wait time is under 3 minutes, but when we met up with Morris, she was on hold for more than 10 minutes and counting. Patients also tell me they haven't seen any differences with this new company. Some even call it worse.
Well, you know, and she had the option to drive herself at that point. Not everybody has that option, so what can patients do in the meantime to deal with this?
And she couldn't drive before she was having cataract surgery,
Right,
so
not an
she was
option.
saying that was the big issue. Then she went out and got a car, but Oregon Health Sheriff tells me, or Health Share of Oregon told me to have people reach out to them directly at this point. If they can't get Ride to Care on the phone or their rides don't show up at all, just give them a call. We've provided more information on our site, kptv.com.
So frustrating. My goodness. All right, Haley, I'm sure you'll be following up on this too to see if things change in the future.
course.
So, okay.
Thank you.